Welcome back to the Chevy Florida Insider Fishing Report, and as you can tell, we're over here testing now new products.
It was very refreshing. Very refreshing.
Dave, before we went to commercial break, you got a little dousing.
Yeah, well, this is the new Stormr Fusion line of jackets. Pretty, really waterproof jacket. What's really cool about the Stormr is they use a lot of neoprene. That's their big deal. They've found a new way to get neoprene weld sealed into the other breathable fabrics. So they have a really ultra thin neoprene that keeps you warm, keeps you waterproof, and just a very good outdoor jacket, to keep you dry. They have all welded and bonded seams, adjustable sleeves, which are very important. Again, neoprene inside, so that when you come out, put your hand out, you're going to be dry. Right. It's got splash-proof pockets in the front. All the zippers are splash-proof, so you can put your phones or whatever you want to in your waterproof pockets up front. It's got a dual adjustable hood that can actually be stored and or put up or out. And it's got little D-rings on the front for your kill switches. You put a kill switch on your D-ring on the front. Right. So these things are made for the guy who's going out on the water, especially good for Florida as well. The thunderstorms are starting. We think we don't need to be warm. You get in a thunderstorm, and even in the summertime, you can get cold. And this is light enough that it'll keep you dry, but it's also heavy enough that it'll keep you warm once you do, get out there and the temperature starts to drop in our thunderstorm.
Good work, pretty work.
Also, we've got some Sufix. This is the new NanoBraid that's just come out. It's called a nano filament braid. It's got a very super tight weave. It's very dense, but it's very, very thin diameter. So, a lot of times we're having trouble with that really small braid holding knots and stuff. Not so with this stuff. They've solved that problem by making a wider angle when they're putting it together so that it weaves tighter and gives you really good knot strength, and it doesn't come apart on the snap. Like a lot of braids do, especially very small stuff.
Very excited about using this stuff. You can't believe how much further it casts than some of the other stuff.
Well, all the braid now is amazing how much further we can cast than when we could, 10, 15 years ago. I mean, it's amazing, and they're getting better and better, and that stuff, and it's smaller and smaller, So
NanoBraid.
NanoBraid by Sufix. This is the new gliding jig. There's only one in there because I've got the other one on a rod and reel at home. I've got a lot of tiny little shad in my lake, and I thought that thing would be a perfect imitator. I've actually got two of the soft plastic hooks on there because I didn't want to lose that one, and I took it off the other one and put it on that one. But that's their little Willow gliding jig, and that little jig, when you throw it in the water, it flutters like this. On the down when it's sinking, it's going float, 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 and it works good with. You can either put, like I said, it's got a soft plastic. You can put a soft plastic on there, or just leave it plain. It works like a real willow leaf little spoon.
I like it.
Yeah, and it's a really good imitator for any small little minnows or little Tennessee shad that I have in my lake. It's got a nice wide gap hook, and it's a really cool little deal. That's a 3/16. They make them in different sizes.
Good.
So. Also, we got here is the new Furuno GP1670F, 1670F actually, and it's a GPS plotter fish finder. It's got a really bright 5.7-inch LCD screen. It's got the dual 50 200 kilohertz sounder. It's got that really good aquarium view actually, so that it can tell you whether there's rock, gravel, sand, or mud that you're over, which is very important. You hear these guys a lot of talk about. Are we over hard bottom or not? This thing, you get over hard bottom, it'll say, hey, you're over hard bottom. It's got a full fish size analyzer, so it'll flash, hey, you just went over a good sized fish or not. And it also has little internal memory that'll store up to 30,000 waypoints and 1,000 routes. So, it's a great little tool for getting out there in a skiff and knowing where you're at and what's underneath you.
Well, the Furuno. Good job. Man, you were on fire tonight.
Yeah, I had a vacation.
Must have been something you ate.
I had a vacation, man.
That's what it is.
I'm relaxed.